Hey, today's Bible reading devotion is found in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. And here the writer is telling us the importance of being diligent to watch our heart. Now, he isn't necessarily talking about making sure that we eat the right things that are heart healthy, but he is talking about heart as an all-encompassing source of life. That our heart is what not only beats, but our heart is the source of what continues to keep us going. And he says, listen, we have to be diligent to guard our hearts. That means we be diligent about what enters into our lives. That we are diligent in what enters into our ears. We are diligent in what enters into our eyes. That we be diligent about where our heart leads us, where our feet go, what our hands do. It says be diligent in watching that. Because he goes on to say, because from the heart flows the spring of life. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 12, verse 34, that the mouth speaks out of which fills the heart. And Jesus is saying that because the heart beats, hopefully, for God. And the writer here in Proverbs is reminding us the importance of listening to what God has commanded us to do. And that we are careful in what our intake is. I think too often we intake too much of this world, and too much of this world then comes out of our mouths. Too much of this world then comes out of our actions. Too much of this world comes out of our daily living. And instead, the words of God aren't coming out of our mouths. The actions of God aren't being seen in the things that we do. And the writer here says, be diligent to watch your heart. And I think diligence is so important that it is a daily thing that we are making sure what we intake with our eyes and with our ears and what we do with our hands and where we go with our feet represents God and is honoring to God, because the heart needs to be turned over to Him. Because we should love the Lord our God with all our heart. That He should be the one that is entering our heart and coming out then of our mouth, coming out in action with our hands, and that we truly are storing up good things, godly things, so that our words and our actions may represent Him. I'm not here to tell you what to watch. I'm not here to tell you what to read. I'm not here to tell you where to go. That's not my job. My job is to encourage you to live for God. My job is to see God and what He's calling me to do and follow Him. But I want to caution you, just as I caution myself. We need to guard our hearts from the things of this world. The things that will so easily defile us. Things that will so easily lead us into sin in the complete opposite direction of God. And instead, be filled with God. Be filled with His Word. So that we then can produce godliness in our lives. And I think the writer of Proverbs understands that the spring of life flows from the heart, from those who want to please God in all that they do, in all that they see, in all that they hear, in the places they go, that they are just infused with who God is. I hope you're challenged today to guard your heart and that your heart beat for God and for God alone. Have a wonderful day.